On a criminal day, when you have a docket, the courtroom would be paralegal. Now, they usually send in the cases 2 or 3 times, so it might be the defendant, a couple of support people. Yeah, those are their meetings. I know you guys know I'm here. You know, right? Seriously, I'm not trying to put it purely by our heads. You know, I don't need you guys to do what I was doing. I do every day, watch.
Now you gotta perform.
Every day is performing, bro.
No.
That's not.
Yeah.
There's no work. These people have all been sentenced. Well, you know, our sentence already, or they're going to sentence today, so I'm very small gone.
Think about all that, don't worry about this hard increase in the. I think it was a.
So the question was, what was our case? I don't know, it was our, but I found it really interesting. This was years ago. It was a case that came out of the airport. Because, I'm not gonna be, because I'm not gonna do. That's not what it. You wanna talk about that? Third? It was a case out of the airport and they were charged with, stuff there where I'm supposed to have. Knives and, for instance, whatever. And what the guy had, and he was coming at it, never forget it. Cockfighting was really big. But it's, I didn't know that, so that's what the whole cockfighting industry says. It's huge in the Philippines. And people, like from the US and other places where it's not legal, will actually get into the business and like internationally fly over there and do stuff. This guy was bringing in some knives, and he got caught with the knives because the knives were surgical steel, not just steel, surgical steel. They were like 3 inches long, and those are the knives that strap on the sled. Because what they do, I had another case around the same time, big animal cruelty case, all about the same cockfighting industry. Because they actually have little like rooster treadmills. They have exercise equipment from them. They treat people like they train them. But this guy got caught because he had new knives, and obviously you can't have knives and you can check back again. But I mean, they confiscated a bunch of stuff. They had all kinds of like cockfighting video, DVDs, DVDs. It's not that fun, guys. Really, I mean, not 4 years ago.
No, there might be.
So, I mean, and I just got all into this. I ended up talking to detectives involved because they did a lot of research, and investigation, and it's just crazy. And then the cruelty one, because again, you know this either. I was getting chicken and small my life, but the rooster's cold, right? I guess that believes like a head wound of you. Okay, so obviously you don't want your rooster to get hurt and blinded by the blood, otherwise he'll lose the fight. You got money in that fight, and you probably have a lot of money in the rooster, so you don't want to lose the fight and get killed. So what they'll do is they'll cut off their comb, and when they're little, they cauterize it. Now it can't be in the fight because it's not there anymore. Just very interesting stuff. And that's I know most people don't. I'm not sure it is.
Wasn't there another one where we had like 100 June days or something like that? Or laws or something?
No, we've had some crazy cases. It's a key base. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I remember you telling that story and I was like, oh, okay.
It was like a cat lady that wasn't cat.
Yeah, right. Yes, yes.
Well, yeah, okay. And one of the things I do, you guys know what small bunch games is, once again, I'm not going to compete.
Hey,
Black Coke, get up here or get up there. One of the two. Up here or up there. Option A or option B, bro, choose one. Yeah, I'm like, come on, Pepsi, I'm gonna give you guys a license. Come on, Pepsi. Right here, Pepsi. So people, I told the 8th graders this. I'm gonna give you guys a piece of advice. And if you take it to heart and you adapt yourself accordingly, it will save you serious grief. I deal with people on a daily basis. I mean, some of them are older than me, and I'm old, that have never figured out how to do this. Anytime you find yourself in a new surrounding, new circumstance, new scenario, the first thing you gotta do is you gotta figure out where you're at on the food chain. You gotta figure out what the rules of the game are. Okay? So I'm gonna make some suggestions to you. Everything in life is just another game. Somebody shot out the name of a board game.
Justly.
Monopoly, perfect example. Can you win at Monopoly if you have no idea what's winning?
Yeah.
You can't, right? Can you win? How do you win at high school? Have some fun, learn as much as you can, build a simple foundation for whatever's going next. Would you agree that's how you win at high school? Okay? Can you do it if you don't know what the rules are? And I don't mean the rules like keep your hands to yourself. I mean, did any of you have to adapt your way of studying when you got to high school because it was different than how you did school in elementary or middle school? Would you agree you had to figure out what the rules are? The rules have changed a little bit. And if you want to be successful, you got to figure out what the rules are. And that's when I say figure out where you're on the food chain. Right? Lions and gazelles. Different place on the food chain, right? Right? So the lion and the gazelles have to understand where they're at in the group. Right? And that's what I'm saying. These guys haven't figured out where they're at. They haven't figured out the rules of the game yet. So I'm going to tell you right now. Today, the rule of the game is don't piss me off. Because this isn't a classroom, this is my courtroom. Okay? I'm in control of the courtroom. Okay? I put people in jail that won't stop talking when I don't stop talking. Are you with me? I'm not putting you in jail, but if you don't have a case. I'm not working with it.
Yeah.
And I still not just, once again, I gave you actually not to be. He's still not figured out where he's at on the food chain. Okay? Because he wants to argue. I'm not gonna argue with it. Okay, dude, you're talking when I haven't asked you a question. So now option B, sit out there until we're all done. Bye. Sorry, you're not gonna learn a damn thing with it. Okay, but seriously, this is a life lesson you gotta figure out. Because, what's your name? Lou? All right. Lou, when you're with your buddies, it's just a bunch of your buddies, right? And you're walking from point A to point B. Do you act differently there than you would at church with your mom and dad on Sunday? Do you use different language, different mannerisms, right? The whole nine yards, it's a different set of rules. Okay? And once again, I'm telling you, most of the people that are in here, I will say, a lot of the people that are in here is because they didn't know how to adapt their behavior and their attitude from their normal surroundings to wherever they found themselves. Sometimes it's here. Because the way they interact with everybody around on the job or at home, they try to do that here. And you can't. Right? I told people, you can call me that if you see me on the street or you can call me. I can't let you call me that while I'm up here wearing flag. Because I represent something bigger than me. I can't let you call me that. And I'll put you in jail. Right? But they haven't figured out how to adapt their behavior because their circumstances have changed. And that's for everyone. I can change my behavior. Right? If I'm driving down the road and a cop pulls me over, I don't act like I do with the cops here because here I'm in charge of the cops. But if I'm on the road and a cop pulls me over, I'm going to let him see my hands. Right? And when they come up, I don't play the game. Why'd you stop me? They want to see my paperwork. I'm giving them my paperwork because the rules are different. It's a different scenario. Right? Here's an art on it. I'm giving you some practical advice. Okay, that was a little heavy. Question. Geez, I didn't just put a black light on the whole thing.
No, you're good.
Still bounce back, don't worry.
Shouldn't bring people up. I think we got 3 or 4 cards off the call.
Probably. We got a couple on Zoom right now.
We're not ready. I'm sorry. We're not
Let
ready.
me see if Miss Gaten Robinson's ready.
Hours of the day you were staying up there. About what that.
If I'm out here, I'm sitting. The only time I ever sit down up there is if I'm just bored waiting for somebody to bring me a file. I'm sitting on the floor, I go check on it. But I pretty much staying all the time. I was sitting tall there. It changes daily. But, so if I don't have, like today, I got criminal docket, right? I had criminal cases this morning, pre-trials, and then I've got sentencing this afternoon. Yesterday.
Miss Gaten Robinson, are you ready on Quest or do you need a breakout room?
No, we talked on the phone. We're ready whenever you are.
Alrighty, I'm gonna bring them in and the judge will be with you in just a minute.
Okay, thank you.
Software mediations in the afternoon, so that was not, I don't hear it all. That doesn't know what to do. Hang on, I want to get the attorney out on the way, and I'll try to show the call. Counsel, let me put my robe on, I'll be right out. What's the file name? Help me.
Alrighty, fine. Guest, or request, QUBST for some.
Yeah, I got it, thank you. Counsel, your appearance for guest, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. May it please this honorable court, Attorney Phyllis Gaten Robinson, P 71733, on behalf of Mr. Alexander Quest.
Good afternoon, Mr. Quest, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you perfect.
Thank you. Counsel, did you have a chance to go over the report and recommendation with Mr. Quest?
Yes, Your Honor, we have reviewed the report and recommendation, and we have no corrections or deletions that are needed for the report.
Anything by way of elocution?
Your Honor, Mr. Quest understands the seriousness of this incident. He is currently dealing with some health issues. That's why we're appearing via Zoom, and he has some transportation limitations. He is looking forward to getting on the other side of this. He takes seriously what has happened, and he wants the court to understand that.
Thank you. Mr. Quest, is that why you're not working?
Just so we don't run into
Yes.
count three.
Thanks.
Yes. Also, transportation issues.
Okay. So we only have 2 counts, right?
He had 3, count 2 was dismissed, so that's. And your paperwork, what matters.
Yeah, okay. All right. And counsel, if you know, what's the status of his warrant out of 35th District Court?
Your Honor, honestly, I am not aware as to the status of that warrant. I can look it up on the website if you like. One moment.
Now, let's see if Mr. Quest knows anything. Mr. Quest, have you been to court on that one to clear that warrant?
I just finished probation with them for something that happened a while ago, and it might be because of this coming to it.
I'm showing a warrant from the 35th District Court on a disorderly person charge. Was that the one you were on probation for?
Yeah, I finished all that.
When? As of when?
It ended. Well, I did court watch for 7 days. They dismissed me early because I was compliant, and then it ended on the January 28th. My probation did.
All right, so real recent. Okay. All right. Is there anything you want to tell me, sir, before I sentence you? Don't feel that you have to tell me anything. I just want to give you a chance.
I just want to just say thank you for working with me.
No problem. Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so I'm going to put you on probation for 12 months. You and your attorney went over the recommendations from the probation department, included items 1 through 10 that were recommendations. Now those are all court ordered. That includes the 10 days on the court work program. If you've got some kind of medical restrictions, we need to see those on paper so we can either A, work around those or find you another alternative. Understood?
Understood.
All right. Fines and costs, $1,300 on the drinking and driving charge, $300 fines and costs, and 12 months probation on the open intox. So the total you owe us is $1,600. I'll let you talk to our probation department to work out your options on that. Do you have any questions, sir?
No.
Counsel, anything?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Is that your only one, Miss Gaten Robinson?
Yes, Your Honor.
See you next time.
I'll see you next time.
All right. You guys had some hands up. Remember the questions? Back row.
So what was the longest sentence you give?
Well, I can only set 2 misdemeanors. This report shows 7 felonies. So misdemeanors by definition are cases that are punishable by up to 1 year in jail. And felonies are punishable by more than 1 year in prison. So then if you rush in one term, I can't even remember who anybody who's probably had 20 years, but it's no felony. I don't do much jail. I actually went to Michigan State College of Engineering. Bro, so I was an attorney in Michigan. At the time I became a judge, I didn't have to have any experience as a lawyer. Shortly after I got invented, they changed the rule in Michigan. Where you had to be a practicing attorney for 5 years before you were eligible to be where could I go?
I have no idea.
I could go to school before, I could go to school of appeal, like, there's something. I think if I go back, nobody wants to be friends, and I don't think. I don't know. Somebody said, hey, you know, you're gonna see honestly, you got a lot of money, we'll run your campaign, all you have to show up when you want to be there. I would have done that at any point in my career. If you know that either A, work downtown, or B, do the stuff just took a break. It's a long story. So I opened my own office for Law School. And I was a lawyer, practiced for just under 10 years. I liked all of the stuff about being a lawyer, I didn't like being a business. The business aspect of the business was just driving me nuts. The example I always give is, some adult male would come in to see me, explain what his problem is, literally snot on his face, crying because he's got this, insurmountable problem in his life. And I basically send him a letter and charge him $350 and wants to argue about my bill because I only make $30 an hour. I'm billing $150. Like, because where you work, you don't pay for the building, you don't pay for all the support staff. That lady out there, I got to pay her. These ladies, I'm paying them. And going through that, well, it's like the business thing just got more for me.